Okay, here we go, everybody. You're here because you're frustrated. Take a deep breath. We're going to get through this. You're here because your rear hatch actuator stopped working. You swipe your foot under the trunk area, the lights come on, but you hear nothing. You use your remote. You hear the lights will come on, but you hear nothing. Same thing with just using the rear back handle or the console with the trunk release. The lights come on, but you hear nothing. Your actuator is dead. That needs to be replaced. In this video, I am assuming that you have already ordered and received the replacement actuator. Okay, here we go. Now what you need to do is get access to the actuator. You're going to have to remove the back cowling in order to get access to remove the actuator. So you're going to have to take it off anyway. So you take off the two side flares, the cowlings. That gives you full access. After you remove the two screws, they're like 7mm screws, that if you look by where the main handle is, where you can pull up and down the back hatch, that removes. Just go ahead and take them off, get a long extended socket, get your 7mm in there, take that head out, or whatever it may be. It could be T20s, whatever model and type of screw that you have there. Remove that. Then the whole back cowling will start snapping off. Use care, as you know you're dealing with plastic parts, all made in China. So just work it back and forth and wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it until they come free. Get your back cowling off as best as you possibly can. You're going to pull it down towards you. I'm assuming that you're in the rear of the vehicle at this point. You're taking it down. You're leaning it forward. You cannot remove it completely yet because the actuator and the hatch is keeping it from being able to pull out. That's okay. Just tilt it down towards you. Give yourself some room to work. You're going to take a small blade screwdriver, maybe 4 or 5 inches, one of those small ones, flat blade, and according to the picture, you're going to see an access slot in the actuator. You will be able to get to this. I've done this. You're going to angle it upwards, and I want you to review the picture that I have where that actuator plastic has been removed so you can see and imagine and feel what's underneath it. So when you probe through your actuator, and what you're going to do is take that upper little button there, and that it has to go to the left. You are pushing it from right to the left. Once you have pushed it sufficiently to the left and you have pinned it as best as you can, you're going to hear that trunk latch pop. You are now able to push your door open. Push upwards on it, and be careful as you push upwards on it because the back cowling is now free. You must have, before you remove the back cowling, that close switch needs to be disconnected. Just take that connector and unplug it. Otherwise, it'll put a lot of stress on it if it falls down. You don't want it to fall down. But at this point, you take your T40s, you remove your 3 T40 screws, pull back the actuator. You might have to remove another piece, which is a handle there. Mine had a handle extra that kept the actuator from being able to pull out. I took that off. So now, before you put in your new actuator, test it. Plug it in with all your existing circuitries and make sure that it pops properly and operates properly when you hit the remote. If it does, you had a dead actuator and you are replacing it with a good one. Put everything back together again. Now, at this point, you know that the new one works. Just go ahead and put everything back together in reverse order. And then put the trunk back down. I know you're anxious about that, but go ahead and close the latch. Use your remote. Open it. Dance the jig because you're the man. It now works. You can contact me if you have any other questions.